Guys, so I've done 2 coats of colour, all of which are pastel, and now what I'm doing is I've got mandrake root and I'm going to do a little bit of that. And then the other thing that some of these Easter nails, when I looked at them, some of them do have like a little bit of black, so I'm just going to put a little bit of black in the palette as well, just so that if I feel like it needs it, I can always add it later. I'm not sure if I am going to use it or not. Depends on what it looks like. So then I've got 2 brushes. Now, the joy about this is that, look how awful that brush is. I'm not going to get to use that for anything else because it's just completely like an afro. And this one is actually, it is a new brush, but it's not close together bristles. The bristles are kind of quite fanned out. I don't know if it's meant to be like that or not, but that's perfect for what we're wanting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently tap this into the brush. Okay, so we've got little blobs on that brush everywhere, and I'm just going to dab those around the nail, and then I'm just going to keep picking up more when it runs out, sorry if the table's wobbling. So sometimes it is a case of like actually using what you've already got around, so you have to work quite quickly with once you've picked up the product. What happens is, like even with like a normal brush, the product starts to travel up the brush. So you know how sometimes when you're using a sponge, it soaks up the water. The brush will soak up whatever you put on it as well. So I have ended up using a lot more. Now, if you feel like you've got too much on, like I've got a massive big blob on that brush, and I don't really want that much. So I'm just going to decant it onto, let me see if I can hold that up a bit more. So I just decanted that onto my palette. So you can see some of these are bigger. Don't worry if you feel like you've got some that are a bit big, or you're just feeling like you're not feeling it. You can use, even at this stage, with it being wet underneath, you can still use a bit of isopropyl alcohol and wipe it off. I do find lint-free pads are quite good for doing that, because you can fold them up, make them really pointy and be really specific with where you want to remove, rather than having to start the whole thing again. Although with this design it's not too much of a problem if you do want to start completely and utterly again. So just do that until you feel kind of happy with it. Now, I myself feel like this is that's too dotty on the purple one here. So I'm just going to kind of try and pick up some of that product and move it. Kind of blend it a little bit. But I am happy with that. I'm just going to see what this brush is able to do by just picking up a few. This is a brush from Missou, in case you're wondering. Came with a pack, but it was off of a live, so I think it was like, you know, they only had so much in stock. Okay, so I'm feeling happy with those little speckles. So I'm going to put that in the lamp. And I'm going to cure that, full cure, which with nail chemie, I think that's only 30 seconds actually. So that's quite handy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with their amazing velvet matte top coat. I do adore this. So if there's a one product that I think is like really awesome, is a good matte top coat. And I haven't found loads of good matte top coats, so this is one of the good matte top coats. It really is like a velvet finish. I really, really rate this. Okay, so that's definitely had 30 seconds now. Okay, so even as it is, they look kind of cute, right? But because these eggs are quite chalky, in real life, we are going to top these off with the matte top coat. And I have to say, I have not necessarily seen this being done this way. But I just had a look at my brush and I thought, that's seen better days. And I know what I'm like. I don't like chucking things away. So I was like, can I use it for something? And I'm sure that there's loads of people out there who are probably in the same boat and have not maybe taken care of their brushes as well. And they've got brushes like that laying around. If you just use your brush, I think I use that for a dispersing brush actually. So like when you're doing alcohols and stuff. And I think after a while, the acetone and everything, it just makes it all disperse. It gets really dry. What they say is if you ever do have to use acetone with a brush, then they recommend putting it, putting gel top coat in that. Putting it in gel top coat as well. Anyway, so I really am loving the look of this. It's a shame because I'm doing a live video, I can't take a picture of them as they are. But I do really like that look as well. But I'm so eager for you to see them matte because you will like them matte too. I'm sure you will, because they are just adorable once they've got that and that top coat matte finish. So with these brushes, whilst I'm here, I might as well show you. So what you use is 2-in-1 top coat. Doesn't matter which one, or base coat or top coat. It doesn't really matter which one you use. I tend to use a cheap brand for that because I don't want to be using the expensive stuff, because all I'm doing is making sure that there isn't any more colour in that brush. So just kind of using it like you'd wash, you know, wash something in water, you know, just to get rid of any, you know, what you know, wash your hands or whatever, wash your brush, just dip it in and rinse it around a bit, and then give it a good wipe, and then leave your brush in the shape that you would normally use it. So this is probably going to be a lot more usable now that I've done this. So just keep on. In fact, what I should be doing here is not touching it. So I just want you to see what I'm doing, but I normally do use my couch roll with this, or I have my gloves on and I do it like that. But this one is obviously a little bit of a different kind of brush because it's all frayed out, but hopefully this might even help get that in a bit of a better condition. Right, okay, ready for it, guys? The grand unveiling of these cute little Easter egg nails. And how easy was that? I mean, come on, guys, anyone can handle that. Most of you have probably got a dirty secret brush that you try not to show anybody. Get it out, be proud of that brush and use it for Easter nails. There you go. Oh gosh, that's it. Can I go next? That's it. So it's not finding it easy to focus, but what I'll do is I'll try and attach another picture at the very end of this video. Anyway, I hope that you liked that tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and leave in the comments anything that you think that I could do as a video next. In isolation and I'm bored, and if I can help anyone out, then I will. Anyway, you take care, guys. Bye.